An immortal army is back for one last war. A fantasy epic reaches its incredible conclusion. A hot-headed golfer returns to the green after almost 30 years. No, you're not having a fever dream of your favorite movies and shows. This is what Netflix has cooked up for July 2025. And they aren't just releasing new stuff. They're dropping a month so packed with huge original movies and can't-miss new shows. It might just be their best luck. July is their loud and clear answer. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single second. Seriously, take a deep breath, because this is going to be a wild one. Netflix is unleashing a legendary slate of sequels, new series, and specials that we've all been waiting years for. We're talking Charlize Theron leading her undying warriors back into the fight, and Adam Sandler stepping back into one of his most iconic roles. This is your ultimate guide to what's actually worth your time. We're going to break down the must-see blockbusters, the hidden gems, and the shows that everyone is going to be talking about. So, if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you're subscribed, because we're diving right in. Let's kick things off with the Titans, the sequels that have been living in our heads rent-free for years. First up, on July 2nd, the fight for forever continues in The Old Guard 2. 5 years after we first met Andy and her secret team of immortal mercenaries, the sequel is finally here. Charlize Theron is back as the battle-hardened Andy, but with a huge twist. She's lost her immortality. Now she's vulnerable in a race against time and haunted by her past. The original crew is back, with Kiki Layne as Niall, who's grown into a confident warrior, and the fan-favorite couple Joe and Nikki returning with their unbreakable loyalty. But the stakes are way higher now. A powerful new enemy is threatening their existence. And if that's not enough, Uma Thurman and Henry Golding are joining the cast, promising to shake things up. Director Victoria Mahoney is at the helm, and she's promised a deeper, more emotional story that hits you in the feels just as hard as the bone-crunching action. Then, on July 25th, get ready to go to your happy place. That's right, almost 30 years after he first took a hockey-style swing at a golf ball, Adam Sandler is back in Happy Gilmore 2. The original is a 90s comedy classic, and this sequel picks up 30 years later. Happy is retired, but he's forced back onto the green for one last tour, this time to pay for his daughter's expensive ballet school. The nostalgia is going to be completely off the charts. Christopher McDonald is confirmed to be back as the slimy Shooter McGavin, and Julie Bowen returns as Virginia Venet. The movie promises to bring that same chaotic, wild energy as the original, ready to mess with the stuffy world of pro golf, with Happy's classic temper and crazy antics. We know Happy's feeling the pressure of picking up a club again after so long, which is the perfect setup for a hilarious and heartfelt comeback. And if you need more laughs, Tyler Perry is bringing back his most famous character on July 11th in Madea's Destination Wedding. This time, Madea is crashing a wedding in the Bahamas, and you know there's no way that's going to go smoothly. For all you fans of epic, sprawling fantasy, July is the month you've been dreaming of. The Sandman is back for its second and final season, and Netflix is making it a massive month-long event. Based on Neil Gaiman's legendary comic book series, this season is set to bring the story of Dream of the Endless to its epic conclusion, and they're releasing it in a pretty cool way. The season is split into parts. Volume 1, with 6 episodes, drops on July 3rd. Volume 2, with 5 more episodes, lands on July 24th. And to top it all off, a special bonus episode will be released on July 31st. This season will cover some of the most famous arcs from the comics, like Season of Mists and Brief Lives, as Dream has to face the consequences of his past to save his kingdom and our world. After how amazing the first season was, the end of The Sandman is guaranteed to be one of the biggest TV events of the year. Netflix is also bringing the fire with some incredible international movies and shows. On July 9th, get ready for ZIAM, a Thai zombie horror film that looks absolutely wild. The idea is amazing. A former Muay Thai boxer has to fight his way through a hospital swarming with the undead to save his girlfriend, who's a doctor there. Forget guns and baseball bats. The action here is all intense, bare-knuckle Muay Thai against zombie hordes. It looks like a gritty, claustrophobic, and action-packed spin on the genre that blends brutal martial arts with pure horror. Also dropping on July 9th, this time from Mexico, is the crime series The Gringo Hunters. Based on a real-life elite Mexican police unit, the show follows these officers as they hunt down American fugitives who bolt across the border to escape the law. It's a cool flip of the script, looking at cross-border crime from a totally different angle. The series is based on a Washington Post article and promises a tense, gritty look at how complicated justice gets when it crosses international lines. And for K-drama fans, Netflix is dropping 2 big action titles on July 25th. First is Trigger, an action series about a special unit investigating the illegal gun trade in South Korea. It's set to be a tense cat-and-mouse game between cops and deadly criminals. Then there's The Winning Try, a sports drama about perseverance and teamwork, starring Yoon Kai-sang and Im Se-mi. If you're in the mood for something a little lighter, July has you covered. On July 10th, the rom-com series Too Much premieres. From producer Lena Dunham, the show stars Megan Stalter as a workaholic from New York, who, after a bad breakup, impulsively moves to London for a new job and a life of being alone. But her plans get complicated right away when she meets Felix, played by Will Sharp, a guy who is a walking collection of red flags, but with whom she has a connection she can't deny. With a great cast that includes guest spots from stars like Emily Ratajkowski and Andrew Scott, this 10-episode series looks like a sharp, funny, and messy take on love and culture clashes. Then there's the comedy film Almost Cops on July 11th, which follows a pair of rookie police officers. At the end of the month, on July 31st, 2 new original dramas, Glassheart and LEANNE, are also set to premiere. Netflix's documentary game is always on point, and July is bringing 3 fascinating new projects. On July 29th, the docuseries Trainwreck dives into one of the weirdest internet moments in recent memory, with Trainwreck Storm Area 51. The episode looks back at the viral 2019 Facebook event, where millions of people said they would storm the top-secret military base. It's a wild story of how an internet joke spiraled into a real-world standoff, mixing meme culture with national security, showing the creative process and the drama that happens off-stage. It will focus on the creative journey leading up to WrestleMania, giving us a look like never before at how the biggest stories in pro wrestling get made. And finally, for the true crime fans, legendary director Joe Berlinger is back on July 30th with Conversations with a Killer, the son of Sam Tapes. This 3-part series dives into the hunt for the .44 caliber killer, who terrified New York City in the 1970s. The series uses newly found recordings of David Berkowitz himself, giving a chilling and disturbing look into the mind of one of America's most infamous serial killers. And that's just a taste of the absolutely huge month Netflix has planned. It's a lineup filled with blockbuster sequels, binge-worthy series, hands down one of the most stacked months for a single streaming service we've ever seen. But now I want to hear from you. What are you most excited to watch in July? Is it the return of Happy Gilmore, the final battle for the old guard, or the epic conclusion of the Sandman? Let me know your must-watch list down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this guide helpful, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss an update on what's worth streaming. We'll see you in the next one.